The first thing I recall today is going to bed at one of two hotel rooms me, my parents, and my sister had. We were all on the 5th floor. Me and my dad were in one room, and my mom and sister were in another room. I fell asleep around 1:15 in the morning. That's around the time I went to bed. And I recall waking up around 8 in the morning. That's around the time I woke up for the last time and then got up. Though I recall waking up once around 5 in the morning. Roughly from 9:45 in the morning to 10:15 in the morning. We were all down at the lobby area to enjoy the breakfast buffet that the restaurant at the lobby offered. Despite some mild temptation, I was able to stick to a keto-friendly diet. At the breakfast buffet, besides what was in the photo part, eggs, sausage patties, and some peanut butter that I just had straight, along with plain coffee and whole milk separately. I recall drinking the cup of coffee first and then the glass of whole milk. I had some seconds that just consisted of some more scrambled eggs. Afterwards was the drive back from where the hotel was, which took roughly 2 hours. Though on my way out from the hotel, I got another cup of coffee. By that time, I think it was around 11 in the morning. Though I had to carry that cup of coffee kind of in spurts, hold the cup of coffee in one hand and my laptop case and some reusable Wegmans bag that, if I recall, had some beers in it, glass bottles that were part of a 4-pack in the other hand, and I had to switch for the items, had to switch hands. A few times I had to put the cup of coffee down on the ground outside the parking lot. As the cup of coffee was pretty hot, but ultimately not too hot for me to get it within my mom's car. And she was the one who drove us home. First to drop off Dad's rental car, then to drop Dad off at his place. The computer case was left at his place, and I was at my dad's place roughly from 1:15 p.m. to about 4 p.m. at the latest. 4 p.m. being the latest time in which Mom came to pick me and Dad up to take us to a Christmas Eve party that was thrown at the house of a family member on Dad's side, during which I had plenty of food that was a combination of typical party food, such as nacho cheese Doritos, and a combination of homemade food, such as the baked ziti, or what I called the pasta bake, and some macaroni and cheese. Quite a few family members from my dad's side were there, and it was nice to spend time with them. While showing my most recent finished polystyrene drawing project. And occasionally recalling an old memory. Though the recalling the old memory, I recall the majority of those. It didn't involve me directly communicating. Besides some alcoholic eggnog that was featured in the photo part, I recall having some lemonade. I ended up settling for that Minute Maid lemonade since there wasn't any whole milk or milk at all. And I had that lemonade at a later point, and it was in one of those short plastic glasses that are kind of shaped more like cups due to how short they are. At least that's how I perceive them. And they're considerably wider at the top than at the bottom. And I was grateful to receive a sort of personalized card from my dad's parents. It was pretty thoughtful. Towards the later part of the party, which was roughly from 4 to 7, 4:15 to 7:15 p.m. After the Christmas Eve party, Mom first drove to Dad's place so I could get the computer case, the laptop case I left at Dad's place, along with a dozen carton of large eggs Dad got for me. So that my mom could instead use those eggs to make more deviled eggs. And it seemed it would turn out they would be needed, as the first attempted batch at deviled eggs took a long time to be peeled. I guess they weren't very cooperative. So my mom cooked them for a bit less, and as a result, they weren't quite cooked all the way. The yolk, when they were sliced in half, and they all had to be thrown away. But thankfully, the second attempt at a batch of deviled eggs turned out just fine, and were easy to peel. During that time, Mom was making deviled eggs and other last-minute preparations for Christmas Day dinner. Me and my sister were putting all of our ornaments onto our Christmas tree, while various Christmas songs, primarily classics, played through my mom's laptop. I think it was connected to some kind of TV speaker. Actually, no, I think it was just through my mom's laptop. One in particular I was introduced to or noticed for the first time was the Nothing for Christmas song, which when I first heard it, I ended up playing it 3 to 4 times consecutively and went back to it a few times while me and my sister worked together to put all of our ornaments on to our Christmas tree. This being after towards the beginning of that period of time, putting a handful of the ornaments, relatively few of our ornaments, on the tree. Then me deciding to take them off the tree and then put them back on after we put on some more lights. Me and my sister tried to work together to put those extra lights on. It seems, apparently according to my sister, they didn't wrap around very well and got a bit tight at some places, but otherwise it seems the lights went on just fine. I tried my best to, for the most part, hold on to them while my sister primarily went around the tree to wrap on the extra lights. And ultimately, the Christmas tree turned out very well.